Good morning, and welcome to Bumblebee Junction.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a little bit of fun in the craft room, as messy as it is. We're going to have a little bit of fun with a really quick, easy, and very useful gourd project. So stick around and we'll get to that footage. Okay, I've got this really nice bottle gourd. We grew these 2 years ago and dried them. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to make a bird feeder out of it. And I've already scrubbed the surface and wiped it down. And I'm going to actually leave this natural. The first thing I want to do is I need to put a few holes in the bottom of it at the highest point where the water would pool. I'm going to go ahead and put probably 5 or 6 holes in the bottom of this. And I have my Philly Point burr in my Dremel. And I have my glasses and my mask. So I'm going to put just a little break in here. And I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. So hold on. Okay, now I've got 5 of these little holes drilled into the bottom for drainage. Now what I need to do is to decide where I want the holes in here. I probably put in 3, so I'm going to have to figure out exactly where I want to make them. And I'm going to go ahead and draw those in. But it's going to take me a few minutes to decide and get it drawn in. So hold on, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got some of the windows drawn out. I put 3 in here. And I went over them and I did them with a pencil. And since there's some really dark spots on here, I went over with a black marker. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my Dremel and my Philly Point burr, and I'm going to get these cut out. Now, I'm going to use the Philly Point burr because it's a lot easier for me. You know, everybody has their preferences, but it's a lot easier for me to make the curves with that. So, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. And I probably should put in here a little note. I did tell you that I put the holes in the bottom for drainage. But you definitely want to leave it deep enough so that they can have a pretty good amount of feed in there. So I left, several inches on the bottom that could be filled with feed. And I made the windows big enough that there might be a chance that you could get 2 little tiny birdies in here at the same time. Definitely want to leave enough of the gourd left between the holes so you still have some structure and stability to the gourd. Yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. So I'm going to put a little break in here and I'll be right back. Okay, now I have this all rough cut out. I'm going to take some sandpaper. I'm going to go around the edges and soften the edges up a bit. But these gourds clean out really, really well, and they're a whole lot of fun to work with. Now, one thing that I know that I've mentioned before in the use of the Philly Point burr, definitely let the burr do work for you. Just put the pressure, a little bit of pressure on it, and let it do the work. Seems to work the absolute best for me. The more pressure you put on it, the more it might skip and jump if it hits anything. Now, you see all the seeds and stuff that I've taken out of here, and of course I'm going to keep these. But those are, when you saw me pulling all of this out when I cut the first hole, a lot of times that will be set up on the sides in bunches where your gourd dried in a certain direction and everything fell to one side. So you do have to be careful about that, because if you hit a really thick spot trying to get through the outside and some of the stuff from the inside, it can be a little tough to get through. So anyway, just a little something I've learned. But I'm going to go ahead and just clean this just a little bit more. It's actually pretty clean in there. I'm just going to scrape it just a little bit, and I'm going to sandpaper around the edges to soften it up, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have this all sanded up now, and the next thing I want to do before I put my newspaper and stuff away is I'm going to drill a little hole in the top, and once again I'm going to use the Philly Point burr to just drill a hole in here so I can put my hanger in. So hold on, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have drilled a hole through the top for a hanger. Now I have a piece of fence wire about 18 inches long, and I'm going to take this pencil and I'm going to wrap the fence wire around it to make an anchor. Hit the camera a couple of times while I do it. So I've got it wound up for an anchor on one end. Straighten that a bit. And I'm going to work it into the top up here, which is probably going to take me a minute, so hold on and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got that worked through the top. And the point that I wrapped up is up in the top here and can't come through the hole. So that is a good anchor point for your wire. But the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this just as natural as I can. what I'm going to do is just get a little bit of vegetable oil, and I'm going to oil the outside. And that is about all I'm going to do to it, because I really want it to stay natural, so that, you know, if you paint it and stuff, birdies peck at everything, and I don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of vegetable oil, and I'll be right back. Okay, just have a little cup of vegetable oil and a paper towel. And I'm just going to just rub it just a little bit. I'm going to give it a little bit of protection without putting anything on there that the birdies shouldn't have. Might help it weather just a little bit more. I know leaving it all natural like this, it's probably just going to be a one year use, but a little bit of vegetable oil will protect it. And it still leaves all the pretty colors, and you can see that hardly anything is even coming off onto the cloth. Get that all coated and protected up a little bit. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Take off the excess with the dry part of the towel. Alright, and I'm just going to let this sit for just a little while, and then I'm going to put some feed in it, and I'm going to go out and see if I can't find me a few birdies. Okay, so that's all the footage that I have for today, but did have a whole lot of fun, came out really nice, and it's such a quick, easy project. Yeah, and I really enjoyed it, but yeah. I know in the video I said that I would go outside and see if we could get some birdies in on it, but it is raining, so I'm going to wait just a few minutes, and we're about to get out of the rain, so probably by the time you see this part of the video, I will have already been outside, but I have not been yet, so it has no feed in it quite yet, so actually I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I did have a whole lot of fun. These are so easy to make, and that is a wonderful gourd to grow. There are so many uses for it, and I do have seeds, so if anybody's looking for seeds for them, let me know. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring that little bell. It'll let you know when we're in here making another mess in my craft room. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything at all on your mind, please leave them in the little box below. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. But yeah, I'm gonna go take a little break, and I'm gonna head outside. So that clip will probably come before this one, and yeah, I want to see if they want to eat out of this one because it was so much fun to make. So anyway, don't forget we love you, and we'll see you in the next one.